I'm Just Saying is sponsored by Hover.com. Go to gfu.hover.com and get 10% off your entire purchase. FreshBooks. FreshBooks is an easy-to-use online invoicing service that saves you time, gets you paid faster, and makes you look professional. Get started completely for free at freshbooks.com. And by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook by going to audiblepodcast.com/GFQ. Hey everybody, welcome to I'm Just Saying, week 77. I am Andrew Zarian. You should know who I am by now. I think after 77
I know you're
weeks,
Andrew Zarian.
I think everybody should know if you've been watching the show or listening to the show.
Is there anyone that doesn't know who this guy is? Anyone
know.
speaking up? We're good.
I get poor man's Richard Grieco every now and then.
There you go.
I could be that too. I'm joined by Lon. How you doing, Lon?
Yeah, and I don't look like anyone.
No.
I look except for John Travolta in From Paris with Love.
When he shaved his head.
When he shaved his head. Yeah, I look a lot like him.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I so wish I had known. I would have so done stunt double, gone to Paris.
Oh yeah, that would have
really
been a
cool.
good job.
Yeah.
Great gig for you.
Yep. So, it's been an exciting week, and I say that we spend 6 minutes on everything tonight, Andrew.
Wonderful.
6 minutes, let's go. Okay, first of all, I'm coming from boot camp today, worked out, had a nice workout, coming up the street, real happy, life is good, ready to drive by my place where I'm opening my own boot camp in 10 days.
So you're good in 10 days, that's it.
It's looking at. We're doing everything. We're extra hours. I'm chipping in doing construction, which is really scary.
No last minute hiccups here and there?
Not so far. We're looking pretty good. Our hiccups were all in the beginning, so we're it's one big space. That's basically it. The only thing that we really screw up now is if the carpet didn't show up.
So let me ask you, do you have any weights? Like, how does it work?
No. If boot camp is all basically you working against yourself. Yeah, there are some free weights. The heaviest weight there is 25 pounds, and it's generally done to do an exercise. The whole boot camp principle is 5 to 8 stations done for 60 to 120 seconds, 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And you just crank it out. And the whole idea is that the exercises are never the same, so you do a lot of muscle confusion, so you burn fat, and you build muscle really, really well. And you go 5-minute warm-up, 45-minute blowout, 10-minute cool-down. It's really, really cool. And the numbers there have been really, really good. We've been building up in the other store, and we actually just started a sort of Groupon and living social gig, and we're getting a bunch of phone calls. We've already signed 3 people, and we're not even open.
Yeah, so
because what we're doing is we're sending people over to the other store to take a look at it, and the place we have is literally twice as big. This place is twice as big.
And I'm sure it's closer for some people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people and they were like, oh, my friends wanted to come, but it's so far over. They were over here by this. It's working really, really, really well. But I'm coming up the street, and as I'm coming up the street, 10 or 12 fire trucks, 4 or 5 police cars, right on the corner where my store is.
Oh, yeah, like it's on fire.
I'm like, oh, yeah, this would work. My house is on fire.
Yeah.
So absolutely, it was great. I was like really,
this is
really
how
happy.
it's going to end.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, just when I'm starting, this is kind of what's our insurance like? Can I actually could I just collect real fast and just get out of here? This may have been the greatest business plan ever. But no, it's fine. It was 2 cars that smashed into each other and caught on fire.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry for the 2 people who lost their cars, but I didn't lose my business, so it's actually pretty cool.
I think that all the time. Like when I hear the fire trucks come in, like up the block, I'm like, the house is on fire, and I wouldn't be surprised.
You assume your house is on fire?
Always,
really?
Always. I would
now,
never
who would
be
cause
surprised.
the fire?
Probably my father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
He has a habit of leaving the gas on.
The gas. Yeah. Do you ever turn around and come back home? Check the gas?
You know what I've done? Every night I have to come down and double check.
Oh, you do?
And there's been like the few times, maybe like twice out of the year.
Really?
Like he leaves it on. I'm like,
yeah, damn. Yeah, I left like a pot going and it just burned up. A lot of smoke smell. Every once in a while I'll kick the thing off. But the business is safe. We're cool. And if you are in the area, I know there are a lot of people from lots of miles away from us. But if you're in the area, I have a stack of passes that gives you a free month if you come by. You can contact me on the
Facebook.
On the Facebook, and that's the easy way to find me. Absolutely. So that's issue number 1. And then I said, can't be upset because today I lost someone.
Who'd you lose?
The guy that sold us Aggie.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you keep in touch with him?
Yeah, he had been in touch on and off, and he was the kind of guy that he would come to a party. I don't think you ever intersected at a party. He would come to a party. He was gay, and he he would bring his longtime companion, and they seemed cool, and they had a great time, and they loved Aggie, and they were like, I think they sold us Aggie when they were actually Aggie was meant for someone else, but they just wanted us to have her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I totally think
do
that.
they do that for a living? Do they sell?
Yeah, they had a place on Metropolitan called Metro Puppies.
Oh, that's funny.
But they closed it down, and I never knew why, and then I didn't hear from them for a really long time. And then I went to, where I get Aggie groomed over there on Bell. Someone said, "Do you know a guy named Brian?" I went, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, he's going to start working here. He's going to be a groomer." And I was thinking, wow, he must have lost the place. I know he had been sick. Maybe he's coming back.
Yeah.
And then I kept going in to say hello to him, and he was, "Oh, no, he's not here. Oh, he's taking a week off. He's not going to start as soon as he's that." And I called today to make an appointment to have Aggie groomed. Keep wanting to have Brian do it. And he said, I have to tell you, I'm really sorry that Brian passed away.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old was he?
42.
Oh, young guy.
Yeah, he had.
Oh man, what a shame.
He had AIDS.
Yeah, what a shame.
I'm gonna do the ride in honor of him.
Oh, that's nice. When are you doing the ride?
The ride, the AIDS ride, the AIDS life cycle is San Francisco to LA ride. If people don't know, I do it every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the first things I ever called in doing. Remember when I called in from California?
Yeah, you did actually. That was 3 years ago almost.
Yeah,
Holy cow.
Yeah. I do that ride, San Francisco to LA every year. It's always the first week of June. This year it's June 3rd through 9th. So I'll be. Okay. So if you want to come out on the highway and wave to me, I'll be there. And if you guys want to support someone that's really cool like Brian, I think it's a really, really kind of an amazing thing to do because he's a really, really cool guy. And he's in the company of angels, and I hope he's fine. And I hope he's looking down on Aggie if no one else. He brought treasure to our lives, and I'm really sad to know that he's not with us.
Yeah, that's really sad, actually.
Yeah, well, it put the fire in perspective really, really quickly. I was like, I was having like kind of like this morning, nothing big, but things weren't going right, and I went, oh God, I hate the way my life goes sometimes. Yeah. And then I found someone didn't have a life anymore, and it's every time I say a statement like that,
something happens.
Yeah, the universe just smacks me in the face and says, "Shut up." So, but we're really cool with the boot camp. We're really happy. It's moving along. I got to do something in honor of him. I actually went on to my other line of work yesterday.
What'd you do?
I filmed a webisode of something that I can only equate to. It's like a cross between Fiddler on the Roof and Davey and Goliath. It's like live action Davey and Goliath.
Is it really?
It's like, we're going to tell you Jewish stories, and they're really nice, and everyone in it will learn a lesson. They're like Jewish morality tales, and it's filmed by a bunch of Orthodox Jews. And
how'd you get the role?
Through Joanne's agent.
Yeah.
Joanna's agent.
Was Joe in it?
No, she was sick. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So I got to play menacing redneck number 2.
So what did you?
So, well, really cool when you have a bunch of guys with the hair, with the payas and the hats and the curls. Those are called payas. The curls, and full beards and everything. And they're wearing hats and yarmulkes, and I've got a shaved head. And I was like, "What's your name?" Yeah, I'm one of those.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of like Deliverance meets Davey and Goliath. That was kind of it. We were the rednecks, and I end up being the redneck with a heart of gold.
Okay.
Yeah, so I end up being the nice guy, but right up until the very end, you think I'm like maybe gonna hurt someone, and then I don't. I try and fist pump with the Hebrew guys, and they don't understand it. They think I'm trying to punch them.
What is it for?
They do. It's what was Davey and Goliath for? It was to
No, but it's like a web series.
Yeah, I'll find out what the name of it is, because see, the thing with a lot of actors that you do a bunch of stuff. I've done stuff that I've never known what the title of it was, and
you just never watch.
Right. Every once in a while, I'll get a phone call from someone going, "Did you ever do something like this?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Yeah, turn on channel whatever," and there I am.
No, that's really fun. That has to be strange in a way.
Yeah,
it's like you have no idea what it is,
right? And to just turn yourself and go, "Oh look, it's me.
It's me," and I did this thing, and I still.
Did you
have
ever
no
see
idea
it like on Comedy Central? There was a comedy troupe, a trio called Stella. Do you remember them at all? I did an episode of their show, and that airs every once in a while, and people go, "You were on TV last night." I was like, "Oh, really? I didn't know you could do that." Rob, what's it? Black, not Jack Black.
Rob. Oh,
I'm not
I don't
sure.
know. I don't know what that is.
Look up Stella Comedy Team. Stella Comedy. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But I did an episode of that. And actually, I got to stand next to Topher Grace from the 70s show.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and then I got to be a businessman walking down the street. I love it because you're like 9 different things.
How many roles do you do? I mean, I know you're not doing it
Full time.
Yeah, but how many roles do you do like in a year?
In a year?
Yeah.
Well, they say you're a really successful actor if you book something for every 40 auditions.
And that's what you do.
And that's if you're good. Yeah, that's if you're successful. And I shouldn't even say good because there are good actors.
But do you go on a lot of auditions?
You know, Mark Ruffalo, the guy that's been
Yeah.
nominated for an Oscar,
Yeah.
he went to 800 auditions before he got cast in something.
Wow.
800. I don't know how he kept going. 800. And then look, you know, was he not talented? Did he get better in those 800 auditions? All of a sudden but the minute you book the first one, guess what happens? You book others.
Everything else comes.
Yeah. It's weird because people like believe in what you do. They don't think that you can act at all. They think but once someone else recognizes you, once someone takes a chance on you, then they go, "Oh, right." Well, they say that the course of an actor's life goes this way.
Yeah.
Who's Lon Blaze? Get me Lon Blaze. Get me a Lon Blaze lookalike. Who's Lon Blaze? That's how your career goes. It's
a tough gig. I mean, it's actually.
But I got to do it.
It's awful in a way.
I got to do the role in front of Joe's agent. She saw me do it, and she was really happy.
How many does Joe go on?
Joe,
she goes on more than you.
Yeah, she goes on more than me because I've been trying to, I've been doing the boot camp thing.
Yeah.
I want to get that going so that I have a nice source of income so that I feel really free to do these auditions and such.
Yeah.
And especially to do things like we're in a nice position that if we want low budget films, a lot of times what we'll do is like they'll say we can only pay you X amount, and we'll say, well, tell you what. We know that you're doing this under thing. They get grant money, that kind of thing. So it becomes, in essence, sort of like a business investment. We'll give half the money back to them.
Oh, that's
and then
nice.
they really want to cast us,
But I'm curious to know how. Just how many people are you going up against? I mean, I'm sure there's some auditions that you go up against, like 50 people. Sometimes it's like 3 people.
Right, exactly. It depends. Realize that if you were going in for roles, there would be 400 of you because at your age, all the guys that are auditioning with dark hair, slick back with a goatee, and you would find 40 guys that looked exactly like you.
Yeah, that's
creepy. I mean, I don't mean kind of like you. I mean a lot like you. And they'll go with height.
It's a casting for like a stereotypical Persian lookalike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there are types. I get they're looking for a guy with a shaved head. That's the first thing. And then it falls into an age range and they're like, "Can you play 22, Lon?" And I'm like, "No. Yeah, I can't." They will try and push you into auditions because the agent does well by sending as many people as possible because then they go, "Oh, that agent really supplies me actors and supplies me good actors." So that's the important
Lon's going to play a high school teenager.
There you go.
The rough one.
Yeah. I'm going to do the remake of 22 Jump Street.
21.
Yeah.
It'll be called 22.
22 Jump Street. It's the sequel.
Yeah, it's a senior home down the block.
22 used to be able to jump straight.
Remember the theme was like jump, 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 21 Jump Street. It's jump, jump, jump. No, I can't.
I'm on 20. I can again.
I'm on 22 Jump Street. It's a senior home. You have the wrong residence. Don't bother me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I keep my fingers in the acting thing so that people don't forget who I am. And I really, every once in a while, when something really, really is my money, meaning a role that I can really play well. Not even a role that I want, but a role that, because no one's going to hire me to stretch. No one's going to go, I know he's, a 50-year-old bald guy, but I really think he could play Annie. No one's going to stretch me out in another direction. Sure. I'm going to play. And it changed when I shaved my head. I used to get called in to play dads and doctors and bosses and that sort of thing. Generally on the befuddled and goofy and like doesn't know what's going on side.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get called in to play bikers and bouncers and artsy types, that kind of thing. That's what I get called in for. I mean, if you saw me and didn't know me, what would your first instinct about me be?
If I just looked at you, I'm like, he's a little rough.
Yeah, and I get the little rough. I do rough both sides. I can be rough and mean, and I can be rough and gentle. He's actually a really nice guy, and that's really my money. That's the thing I do really well. I look tough, but then it's like, oh, look, a pussycat. That sort of thing. That's what I do.
What does Joanna get?
Joanna gets trophy wife, corporate bitch.
Corporate bitch. That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. She's the one. She a cougar. She gets a lot of cougar stuff. It's really pretty funny.
It has to be It has to be a little bit more difficult for a female because you get kind of used to getting casted a certain way, and then when you get a little older, it seems like it's like a total switch.
Well, not to take any fire away from her. If she were here, she would kill me because. Mm-hmm. It is becoming more difficult for men. It has always been difficult for women as they age. Because the minute you're over 35 in Hollywood, you're old. You're old.
Yeah, but it's kind of different for a guy because you could be a 50-something-year-old really good-looking guy,
right? And
the roles that you'll get, your girlfriend or your wife is 20 years younger than you.
Yeah. Well, it's TV. All the One Tree Hills and Gossip Girls. Yeah. All the kids are 25 playing 16, 17, and 18.
Sure.
And the parents are all 35 playing 38, 39, and 40.
Yeah.
And then grandma comes in, and grandma's
like
actually
50.
Is 46.
Yeah.
Playing 48. It's like when did these people have children? What are they from the Ozarks? It was just awful. There's no, they talk about reality TV. There's no reality on any TV, not at all.
No, it's very difficult. And you're absolutely right. If you look at any one of these shows, it's always, the age is all whacked out of place and this weird illusion of what reality's like.
Right. Like, look at grandmas on TV now as opposed to grandmas even like 15 years ago on TV. Oh, my
God. It's so different. Grandmas on TV. You know who I think
grandmas are like hot now.
You know who I think of grandmas on TV? I think of All in the Family.
Yeah.
Right? That's every and they weren't that old. They were in their 50s.
Yeah.
What were their roles in All in the Family? How old do you think they were?
Oh yeah, they were.
Had the kids that were in their 20s.
Yeah, they were like their mid 40s to early 50s.
Yeah, and they looked awful. Yeah. They looked like they were 1,000 years old.
Right.
Which and
everyone's pretty on TV now. And the moment you make everyone pretty, it's when they redid Charlie's Angels recently. They made the Angels even younger than they were, and then Bosley. They made Bosley young. Bosley's supposed to be this goofy guy that helps them, and all of a sudden he's this kind of cute, hot guy. And even the voice of Charlie was a younger voice.
Yeah, yeah.
And my favorite ever was in the Bond film when Denise Richards played some sort of doctor. She had like 4 doctorates, and I think at the time she was like 24 years old. And anyone that had that much education would have to be like in their early 40s at the very least to accomplish everything that she had. But she looked good in the suit. Yeah, it's just kind of ridiculous. It's really, really silly. I'm waiting for the pendulum to swing back and let everyone be old. It's kind of sad.
Oh, that's never going to happen.
No, it's really not. Well, you got people that are doing all kinds of things. Like you can't be an actor now and not whiten your teeth. Because everyone does it. So if you don't,
I do it. I'm actually going in for a whitening in a couple weeks.
If you don't do it, everyone looks like you like, oh.
Your teeth are a little jacked up.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's important now.
Absolutely.
Teeth seem to have become a priority in the last 20 years.
Teeth, abs weren't as big, Do you remember back when abs weren't all the abs?
No, I come from the 90s.
Yeah, that's when the abs kicked in.
Abs and boobs.
And buns of steel.
Well, Baywatch.
Yeah, well, backsides became really important. It used to be people's chest only. Like, people didn't really talk about a woman's rear end, just that it was nice. But not
I don't get guys who talk about, like, somebody's boobs. I don't get it. Doesn't do it for me.
Well, at a certain point, like, how do I say this gracefully? I've seen a couple pairs in my life, and it's not like, wow, those two are wildly different than any other pair of boobs I've ever seen.
I like the rear. That's my thing.
I sort of like it if it's like presented to me. I don't seek it out. You know, if I'm walking down the street and I'm being preceded by something with a lovely behind, then I look. But I don't like. I'm not like, honey, would you turn around? Oh, thank you. You know, that's not me, not at all. Do you have your Christmas decorations out yet? No. Good for you.
Can I tell you, I hate the Christmas tree. I think it's the tackiest thing in the world.
The institution of the Christmas tree?
Everything about the Christmas tree. I think it's extremely tacky. I think it's messy. And I absolutely hate putting it up because I know we always put it up the day after Thanksgiving.
Right.
Put it up on that Friday or Saturday.
You have a fake one, right?
Yeah. I'm not going to do the real thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine you with a real tree, Mr.
Can you imagine? But still, there's so much crap all over the place that it drives me crazy. I hate the Christmas tree. I hate the month of December and January because you find the wrappings everywhere.
I really wish there were half a Christmas tree so you could put it up against a wall
and just keep it there.
Like half a tree.
Yeah.
Like not the whole circle, like literally a semicircle of tree. And put it right up against a wall. That would be really cool, as if it were growing out of the wall.
I plan on just putting a poster up this year.
Of a tree?
Of a tree. What's the difference?
I was thinking
put a freaking poster up.
Fat Boy must have one of those. You know, the ones that do the life-size wall.
Yeah.
I bet you they have a Christmas tree.
No, maybe
one of those cardboard cutouts. You get Justin Bieber. And
you know how we have the U-Log on TV on PIX, WPIX every year?
TV.
Just have like a TV Christmas tree. Just have it running all day long.
I think that would work.
I don't want a stupid Christmas tree. I don't want it.
Well,
I know you guys keep yours year round.
Well, we well, the one in the window we do.
Yeah, you have a tree.
We have a holiday tree.
Yeah,
in the window that stays up. But our big Christmas tree, we took it down from the attic, and it's up but not decorated, and it's not fluffed yet.
You haven't fluffed your tree.
No, we need a tree fluffer.
A tree fluffer.
Yeah, that should be a job. But
no, I absolutely
But I refuse to touch it. I refuse to touch it until the day after Thanksgiving. I still have.
Okay, so how long do you leave it up?
We leave it up for the party. It's up for
so
our
January.
Party. So January 7th, and then we give ourselves a week to recover from the party. Like mid-January, we take it down. So it's up for like 7 weeks.
I start disassembling the tree as soon as the last gift is open. I just start taking the thing apart. I want nothing to do with it.
I've gotten really, and it seems like there was some pushback about Christmas coming in early from people, more than ever I heard. You know, other people would go, I can't believe the Christmas decorations were up. Now this year it was like, God damn, I can't believe they have the Christmas.
You know why? Because nobody has the money to spend it this year.
Yeah.
And you know how I know? Last year, everybody had a Black Friday deal. Already we knew what the deals were.
Yeah.
The circles were out for weeks. I haven't seen anything, really, and I haven't heard of big items. The only thing I've heard is a 42-inch TV at Best Buy going for $199.
Well, there's like there's an Occupy Thanksgiving movement sort of going. They don't want people opening store. I mean, there were a couple of stores that announced that they were going to.
They should occupy a job.
There you go.
That's what they should do. So against that whole thing. Such a distraction. It really is. They're making a mess.
Of bringing in Christmas early?
No, the whole Occupy thing.
Yeah.
They were occupying Tiffany's. They've spread to the suburbs now. Now they're protesting in front of Tiffany's because Tiffany's signifies what's wrong with this country. You know, I'm thinking overpriced silver jewelry is not what you should be protesting right now.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't.
Well, I think what's happened is that all protests that last a long time start to water down and get bastardized and lose their focus. And then it's, let's occupy 7-Eleven. Because they're open 24 hours, and that's rampant capitalism. I mean, it gets a little out of hand. It's really kind of sad. Really kind of sad.
I want to start a movement.
Occupy
something.
Occupy something.
Occupy GFQ. Well, look, I'm here every day anyway.
We were trying to think of an Occupy theme for our party.
I'm sure somebody would be like, Lon, it's not a laughing matter. It's not something you should be making fun of.
Everything is something you make fun of.
Everything.
The minute you stop making fun of things, then you're into hardcore communism. No, you can't pick on that. And what I love is, well, you can pick on that, but don't pick on this thing that I care about.
Well, everybody's like that, right? Everything's stupid except for what I have.
Yeah.
What I have.
You can make
is
jokes,
great.
but you can't make any jokes about puppies.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, please.
I want to let everybody know that we are on a new service that recently did a revamp last week. They were on Mashable. Many tech sites picked it up. It's called chill.com. I encourage everybody to go check out chill.com. I'm putting a link in our chat room right now for chill.com. Our video's there, and they have a very interesting concept of how the chat works. So our video's on there, and if you go there, you can actually see little avatars of the people in the room watching. So it's me and a redhead right now watching
really?
us. Yeah, it's actually a really cool concept. Maybe we could do that for your show, for this show specifically, because I know a lot of your viewers want to chat and they have a very difficult time getting in our room.
Oh yeah.
So it might be cool to have.
And get that link to me and put it so I can put it on Facebook. So
yeah, you know what? I'll send. Are you on Facebook now?
Yep.
Look, I'm gonna send it to you right now. Watch this. The beauty of
Facebook.
Facebook. Let me find L. Where are you, Lon? Lon, the Magic Man Blaze. When did you start using that name? The Magic Man. Right there. Look, I'm sending it to you right now. So post that in your page and encourage your viewers to go check it out because it's very easy to use. I know we have some issues with our chat room, but this is a great alternative and a great service. And they have a number of things on there. It's not just us. They have, I'm going to go on there right now. So the concept is they're mixing live content and everything else. So they have deals with Hulu. They have a deal with the network. So right now you can watch Family Guy on Fox. It's going to air at 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. today. So you could just go on when it's airing live and you could watch Family Guy with a bunch of people.
I love this avatar of you. That's so funny.
Do you see me?
How did it choose you? Where did you get glasses?
I don't know. It was a standard avatar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drag this onto my desktop. So
it's really cool, actually. So we could have it for individual shows. Look, a lot of people are in there right now. Look at this.
Oh,
bunch of people
cool.
in there. Really cool. If you register, also, they have like points, and they have a game where you could do points, and you could get more avatars, and it's like you could upvote somebody, so I'm going to hit plus if somebody's in there right now. Look, you could hit plus, and it gave somebody a point in their chat. So it's a really cool concept. Now the redhead is a black man. So they changed their avatar.
Yeah, you know how many times that's happened to me?
The hot redhead became
a
black man named Tyrese. That's what always happens. Yep. That's what always happens.
Yeah.
So chill.com, check it out. We're on the front page there. If you click on live, you'll see us right there. Chill.com, really cool site. So Lon.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and occupy something, but people of Occupy, I believe in what you're doing, but I believe you're not doing it well. I believe that the moment you start urinating in places other than bathrooms, the movement gets watered down in a way.
Yeah.
It just does. It just does.
Did you see we had an announcement? We had an issue last night. CNN, 7:30, and Mayor came out. It was a breaking announcement. They stopped some guy.
He was a rogue. He was a loose cannon. He's a homegrown.
He was homegrown, but he was a fan of Al Qaeda, and he subscribed to, I think, what's their magazine?
Al Jazeera.
Insider, I think it's called like Insider Magazine. They have a magazine.
Access Baghdad.
Yeah, and he changed his name, or he wanted to change his name to Osama Hussein. I'm like, couldn't you have picked a better name? I'm like, I like basketball. I'm going to change my name to Larry Jordan. I'm like, what a dummy. He's from Washington Heights.
I'm going to go by Adolf Stalin.
Yeah. I'm going to go by Woodrow. Idiot.
I once met an actress, and God forbid this ever gets back to her. But
I hope it does.
When you walk down the street and you can see the ones coming down the street in New York that are actresses. They have this face. They just look bright-eyed, and they're like, "Hi, I'm in New York, and I'm going to become an actress." They're just so delightfully happy that you want to like just strangle them. They're just really, really, really sad little individuals. So I met a girl, and her name was Meryl Hathaway. And I was
what
like,
a dummy.
I said, so you just picked two actresses, first name and last name? You couldn't go with Anne Streep,
That's hysterical.
Well,
I'm
when
looking-
I go in and I say that I'm Lon Blaze, no one ever believes me. It's got to be made up.
Well, yeah, that is an actor's name.
Yeah.
Lon Blaze is a.
Yeah. Well,
I like my name. I like Andrew Zarian.
so do I. It's
AZ.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. AZ. You can play with that.
Yeah.
LB, mine is Pound.
No, I like my my name. You know what I get though? I get a lot of people like Zarian is pretty easy. Like pretty easy. When you
Yeah.
see it on paper, you're like, oh, it's Zarian.
Well, that part of it is easy.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons you like me is I could pronounce your name.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I said it from the get go. You were like, when
Yeah.
I said it, you were like, yeah.
Well, it's Zarin. It can't like I get people that like
Zartron.
I'm like, oh.
Blais. I get.
So was at the
Blais.
DMV.
Bliss.
Bliss.
Bliss. Like,
Yeah, it's French Canadian.
it is.
Yeah. Is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. It is. I forgot you're French Canadian.
Yeah, that's me. I think if we don't occupy here, Stephen Hawking is saying that we should be working critically on a plan to move to another planet because we're going to just wipe this one out. So we seriously should. We know what I'm thinking though. We keep stalling thing. Our government keeps stalling stuff, and it's like we put out this budget thing, and we have the most dysfunctional family in this government. This is like your mom and dad arguing, and the kids are starving while the mom and dad are beating each other up.
Yeah.
That's where we are. That's what we've come down to.
Listen,
but-
I think we should go back to where we came from, and that's Mars. I'm a very strong believer of the fact that we came from another world.
Well, I think a bunch of stuff came from other planets. I often think about things that human beings do and trying to think of what inspired the first person to do it. Like, had it never been done before? Kissing was never done before. Can you imagine someone just leaned in and did that to someone? It was like, what the?
Well, can you imagine the first time it was done? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell are you doing?
a lot of things
And
I
then
think
like
about that.
tongue kissing, it's like, what? Wrong. Leave me alone. And then cigarettes, smoking. Who was the first person that went, gee, it's on fire. Maybe I should stick it in my mouth.
Yeah, you know what it is? Like, it's just simple things, right? It's like a very simple thing to do.
Yes,
and
I
it's a
think-
very natural thing to do.
So I
but-
think aliens brought filterless cigarettes to us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, Newports.
Menthols.
I had a discussion with somebody
Menthol's
today.
from another
Yeah,
planet.
menthol is definitely from another planet. I had a discussion with somebody today. I guess it was Jonathan from the comic show. He came by and he helps out actually during the day. And I'm going to make an announcement about how Jonathan's going to be working closer with me over the next couple of weeks. We were discussing, I don't know how the conversation happened, where we started discussing owls. And his theory is that owls are actually aliens because they don't look like anything else. You know what's interesting about owls?
Do expound.
Owls are in every culture nearly are a bad omen. They're signified with death and evil.
I thought they were wise.
No, those are the Greeks and the Romans. And what happened to the Greeks and the Romans? It fell apart. See?
Because they praised the owl.
They praise the owl. No, but in every culture, the owl is a bad thing. Like if you see an owl, go the other way. I like owls. They have big eyes.
I had a
How could
teacher.
you not like anything with
I
big
had a
eyes?
teacher in college that looked like an owl. She was really weird.
Mrs. Who?
No. Professor Waysack. Boy, I can't believe I remember that. Sometimes I
What an
pull
awful
names out
name.
of. My favorite teacher's name in college was Yonya Fain. He was a Czechoslovakian art history teacher. Hello, my name is Yonya Fain.
Where in college?
Yeah, and he had this he was fabulous. Yeah, I have to play Yonya Fain. Use him as a character because I had him for art history at 8 a.m. and in the warmest classroom in the campus. And he showed you slides all period. So you've woken up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so you're not awake.
Yeah, you're
you
done.
get to a room, and what's the first thing they do? Shut the lights off so that they can watch slides. Everyone's like, it was awful. I felt so bad for the guy. And the guy was literally, I'm going to speed up how he talked to give you an idea, but I'm guaranteeing you that the way I do it is at least twice as fast as the way he spoke. He'd hit the slide and he'd go, now here we have a cave painting. It is a painting. of two deers.
Oh my God.
One deer is alive, and one isn't. It was just like, it would go on and on like that. And he was actually had a sense of humor, or tried to have a sense of humor.
And he failed at it?
No, he was actually kind of funny. Again, I'm in the back of the class. I have fallen asleep. My head is tipped back. I look like a flower vase, And I awake, and I look, and there's a slide of a bronze statue from the Roman era, and it looks exactly like Barry Manilow. And I went, "Oh my God, it's Barry Manilow!" And I said it like a little too loud. And he looked back at the slide, and he goes, "Well, perhaps there is a resemblance, but I wouldn't know. I don't follow sports."
No, my God.
And it was just like this class. And now, how would you picture that guy walking across campus? Like,
Yeah.
no, like he was shot out of a fucking gun.
That's so funny.
And then you'd call and you go, "Dr. Fain," and he would stop and he'd go, "Yes." It was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
he was the most anachronistic, antithetical, whatever, opposite end person I've ever met. And he was brilliant, by the way. And they're all like that. And ever meet someone who's like totally brilliant?
Yeah.
And they're just the weirdest dudes.
Well, a lot of people, I think that was another, actually, it's so funny. Like we were, when certain people, I think we all draw our thoughts from like this central hub. Like, when
no
like,
one's had a new thought.
you know what I mean? Like,
it's all there to
but
think.
no, but like the deja vus and like coincidence, I think it all comes from like, we had that discussion, like how some people are so brilliant, but they're so cut off from everything. Why does that happen? Why do they have to sacrifice, being a social human being?
I don't know. I had my younger brother it's unfortunate because my brother has not come to much in life because he had issues with substances, but he's brilliant. He's 10 times more brilliant than I'll ever be. And I remember when I was a kid, I threw a football at him, and the moment I let the football go, I was like, this is going to hit him right in the head. And because what it was is I threw it to him, and he put up his hands, and you could watch his head just tilt, and you knew he was watching the ball spiral and trying to like write the equation that would explain the path of the football,
Yeah.
And it just like smacked him in the head, and then he was like, wow, how did that happen? It was just that sort of thing. It was. I'll tell you how smart he was. Okay, in first grade, the teacher's like explaining, words that rhyme. So, he'd say fat, and they would say cat. Well, at one point, it said house, and every kid in the class said mouse, except my brother, who said grouse. And the teacher said, "Do you know what that means?" And my brother just blankly coldly said, "The grouse is the state bird of Pennsylvania."
That's so funny.
He was like in first grade.
How does he know that?
Because he read the encyclopedia when he was a kid. That's what he used to do to because he was like hyperactive. So he would sit up.
It used to calm him down. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He'll know more than I'll ever forget.
I think that's what the internet is for now. The internet really
Well,
is.
the internet. What's unfortunate, I think, is people used to remember bunches of stuff. Now you access bunches of stuff.
I think it's a great source to just know random crap that won't ever help you in life.
Like who was on the segue? Who was on the boat when the night Natalie Wood died? Have you heard about this?
No.
Oh yeah, Natalie Wood died. Natalie Wood was a big movie star. She was in West Side Story. She played Maria, like the movie of it. She won an Oscar. She was beautiful, really, really beautiful. And she was married to Robert Wagner.
Okay.
And she was actually divorced from Wagner the night she died. And it seems she met her end having drowned, and no one knows quite how she did. And the night that happened, Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood and the captain on the boat were on the boat, and so was Christopher Walken.
That's so. Oh yeah, I know this story. Yeah.
And there are all kinds of rumors going on about how everyone on the boat was having an affair with one of the other people. So there's the
everybody's.
There was
suspect.
Christopher Walken was sleeping with Natalie Wood. And Robert Wagner got angry, and it's Robert Wagner. Natalie Wood was going back to Robert Wagner, and Christopher Wagner. And then there's the fabulous rumor that Christopher Walken and Robert Wagner were having an affair, and a distraught Natalie Wood threw herself off the boat. Oh yeah, it's nuts. And someone was mentioning it today. It was like, isn't it interesting that this case has come to light again, and they've reopened the case on the 50th anniversary of West Side Story and the 30th anniversary of Natalie Wood's death.
So do they have like more evidence or more leads or something?
They said that they're reopening it because it bears review.
Who knows what that means?
I know. It's just nuts. Yeah. It's kind of weird. Did you hear about... There's so much weird stuff that happened this week. Did you hear the NFL fined the coach of the Jets $75,000 for cursing at a fan?
Wasn't he fined last year too for something?
Yeah, and it's what...
I forgot what he was...
I'm perfectly okay with the coach getting fined for being like just not very socially graceful and not representing his team well.
Really, I think it's expected. It's football, you know.
See, I don't. You know what? Curse at me at a practice.
Yeah.
When you're out in public, and I'm sorry, everyone behaves better in public or should. And that's what's to me. That's the change in the world.
Exactly. You think the crowd is acting properly?
Right. No. And this is what I'm saying. The fan kind of said something like, Belichick is a better coach than you'll ever be, and
he's telling him to shut the F up.
Right. And I'm thinking, you know what? Someone should have taken a 2x4 to the fan as well. You know. I'm not supporting the person that got cursed at, but I'm not supporting the cursing either.
No, because we're the society that we think that we could say and do whatever we want. It's a free country. I could say whatever I want. Yeah, but I'm also free to just punch you in the face.
Right. With rights come responsibility.
Yeah.
You know.
I know a lot of people like that. Like they get belligerent and then they go, "It's a free country. I could say what I want. You're an effing a-hole. You're an effing this."
And if I said something like that to them, they'd want to punch me. You know. It's nuts. The other fun one that I'm having is Ashton and Demi.
Oh my God.
Got divorced. And from what I heard, she has set like a team of combination of jackals, hyenas, and alligators against Ashton Kutcher.
Well, did you hear how he tried to win her back? He tried to buy her a car. That was his way of winning her back.
Wow, he really understands women.
Yeah. But listen, everybody's like, oh, poor, what is he going to do? I'm like, he's one of the best looking guys in Hollywood.
He's going to do fine.
He's 30-something years old.
He's playing a really incredibly good looking guy. I mean, they've written just in the same way that they wrote Charlie for Charlie Sheen, they have written this guy for this character for Ashton Kutcher, exactly as he is. I don't know how much acting Ashton Kutcher's doing. He's just being Ashton Kutcher.
But I mean, who's upset over this? He shouldn't be upset. He was with Demi Moore in her prime, in my opinion. I think she looked better the last 10 years than she did when she was younger.
Right.
I think with all the plastic surgery and the fitness and working out, she looked great. She was with her, elevated his career. They had a couple years of fun. Now he's going to go out. He's going to be with every supermodel. He's going to be like Clooney. Clooney's not stupid. Why the hell would Clooney settle down?
Clooney got married once,
Yeah.
You ever seen his wife?
No, I never saw the wife.
Yeah. Talia Balsam.
Is she attractive?
She was adorable when she's young, and now she looks kind of like a mom.
What was her name?
Talia
Balsam. Let me see.
Balsam. She's the daughter of Martin Balsam.
They were married for a few years.
Yeah.
1989 to 1993. Just when his career... She's 52.
Yeah.
Let me see. She's cute.
In her day, she was really cute. Are you seeing pictures presently?
She doesn't look bad now, too.
She's a handsome woman.
She is a handsome woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a handsome woman.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
he went from that to Stacy Keibler.
Yeah.
He's with Stacy Keibler now.
Who's way taller than all the rest of the elves.
Yeah. So I think he won in this.
Yeah. But she's been married for a long time. She's happy. Good for them.
It has to be interesting if you are George Clooney because first of all, any man that has a pet pig and he's single, there's an issue there. But is he single because he's George effing Clooney and he could just bang every model on the face of the planet, or is he single because
why do women go to men? Because they have power or looks,
sure,
money or money. Okay, he has power and looks and money. He's like the triple threat.
Yeah, but
and you know what? I don't know anyone who goes.
But he doesn't have too many years of this.
Right. No.
How many more years of this do you think he has?
Cary Grant did it into his 60s and 70s. People were like, Cary Grant. Oh.
Yeah, but it becomes creepy after a while. You know what I mean? George Clooney could only date a 20-something-year-old for X amount of years. Yeah. Like there's not that cap is coming close.
Well, I believe in the privacy of one's own home, in one's own space. Anyone can sleep with anyone. Carrying on a relationship is a different thing. Does the idea of an 18-year-old girl seem like would be like kind of a cool thing to happen? Yeah. Likely? No. And would I want to date her? Probably not. I don't want to hang out with someone who,
Yeah, but there are many people that cannot separate that.
Yeah, I know.
They cannot separate, I am 50. You know what? Some 18-year-old girls are really good to look at, but that's about it. I cannot be with one.
Right.
I think I know a number of 50. Chauncey, I'll give you an example. Chauncey loves 19, 20-year-olds. He's 52. And they love him. They love him. You know why? He's a photographer. Oh, my God, you're so pretty.
Yeah.
It happens. But you look at it like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Let's bring up Clooney. You look at Clooney.
How old's Clooney now?
He has to be in his 50s. Early 50s.
Yeah.
Because Talia Balsam is 52.
All right.
Let's see. George Clooney. How old are you, sir? It's going to say like 93. He's 50. He just turned 50.
So she was a couple years older.
Yeah.
And that like just doesn't happen.
But you know what's interesting about Clooney? He's done that in the past. Wouldn't he bang all of his
co-stars?
No, his aunts. His aunt's like friends. Who was his aunt?
Rosemary Clooney.
Okay. Wasn't he like?
I don't know.
He chauffeured them.
Did it?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The
Honest
rumor
to God,
is,
I am not dodging this bullet. I've never heard that before.
You never heard that?
No.
The rumor is that he slept around with a lot of the older women in Hollywood, like old Hollywood actresses.
Really?
And that's how he kind of got in, because he used to take care of the aunt.
Yeah, he used to. Yeah.
And that's how he got into Hollywood. He used to take care of the aunt and drive all the aunt's friends
I have a
all over the
penchant for
place.
older women. Just now that I'm old, not as much a penchant.
Yeah, but how older? How much? What age?
When I was young, much older.
Like what? Like 70?
No. Yeah. Estelle getting
a 70-year-old?
No, when I was I can't talk about this. I'm not sure it's legal.
Oh, not legal.
I know the other way. I was too young.
Oh, you were too young. You were too young. We were talking about that. I forgot what show it was, and I guess we have a couple. We could extend a little because Lunatic Radio recorded the show live Saturday night because Kieran went away to Arizona. So I'm going to. I have a mutual friend with George Clooney. She says he's the coolest OG in the world. Now,
Andrew's going to try and get me to fess up to statutory rape. Yeah. Nice.
No, it is interesting what he's able to pull off. That guy is just fascinating in every way.
Yeah.
But again,
I will say, again,
but that
it was just like Cary Grant. People, I've never met a woman who went, "Ooh, really?" Because I don't find him attractive at all. All women. George Clooney's kind of like a universal. I can even find men.
What's bizarre? Johnny Depp. Now, Johnny Depp is a weird guy.
Yeah, but I think women don't care about weird. They would look at him and be perfectly fine.
You know how old he is? He's not young anymore.
He's like 46.
Yeah, he's in his 40s. They're all in their 40s now.
Yeah. We older guys aren't so bad. I'm 7 years older than Johnny Depp.
Yeah, see? You know what? I blame him and Tom Cruise and all of them for the Pretty Vampire movies.
Yeah.
They're responsible for that.
Oh God, yeah. Ever since Interview with a Vampire.
I'm gonna ask you.
Well, you
this.
can blame Anne Rice for that. She just
Anne Rice, yeah.
She's a sexy vampire.
Let me ask you this, Lon.
Did you find Bela Lugosi like really sexy?
No, I want Nosferatu.
Yeah.
That's who I want as my vampire.
There you go.
I want a creature as my vampire.
Yeah.
I don't like this whole
well, that's
whole new Dracula look.
A real vampire would be sort of half.
Bela Lugosi, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Ed Wood?
Yeah. Great movie. Another Johnny Depp.
Karloff does not deserve to smell my shit. It's all hair and makeup. Blah, blah, blah. Now Dracula, that's a role. Great movie. Ed Wood is a great movie.
He does so deserve that Oscar.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh my God,
that played Bela Lugosi?
Yeah. He was so
I forgot
funny.
his name. Crap. Now I'm gonna ask you something. The whole Twilight stuff, right? And before we wrap it up.
Okay.
I understand. Okay, girls love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They love the pretty vampires, the glitter.
If I were a guy, if I were a young guy,
Yeah.
I would be taking girls
To go see
vampire movies on the hour. I'd say, I'd take out 4 a night. I would.
Let's go. It's such a great movie.
Yeah.
You'd cry with them.
Yep. Oh yeah. Here you go, man.
The concept.
It's
now,
so true.
the idea is just a flawed, stupid movie, but
Really?
yeah, just awful.
Well, they're completely screwing with vampire legend.
Oh
now.
my God!
They exist by day now.
Yeah, they glitter, and then vampires technically don't have blood, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like the original vampire thing?
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Like, it baffles me. So whatever it was, I was watching news, and there was this woman, this 40-something-year-old woman, waiting online. No kids, by the way, just her and her friends and her girlfriends, waiting online for hours to see this movie. And they had their Team Edward and Team Jacob shirts, and the husbands were there for support, for moral support. And I brought this up last week, and I said, imagine if it was reverse, right? Imagine if it was
the Spice Girl movie.
No, because these are teenagers.
Yeah,
they're adults playing teenagers. So let's do the same thing. Let's say it was a movie. Let's say it was the Hannah Montana movie, right? It was a bunch of 40-something-year-old guys wearing Hannah Montana t-shirts and talking about how they were crying over her, and obviously there was some sexual attraction towards Hannah Montana. What would we be saying then?
How creepy they are,
right?
Martin Landau played
Martin Landau, yeah.
Thank you, my friend from Georgia.
But isn't that a bizarre thing?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, how people think it's acceptable. I mean, God forbid, if Jessica ever turns to me, like we get, to that age, and Jess is like, listen, I'm going to go wait online with my girlfriends. We're going to wear Team Edward shirts. I'm out the door. I'm done.
So you're not telling anyone that you and I went to see the Dora the Explorer
movie?
No,
we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about Dora. And Dora is perfectly acceptable. She's voiced by a 45-year-old.
I've never wanted to be a backpack more in my life.
But, I just found it very creepy and interesting at the same time that people are so...
Well, there's double standards in so many things, but there is a history in this country of setting up really, really, really pretty boys to fall in love with because they're sort of sexually safe. They're not really,
vampires.
They're just pretty, and they would just take care of me.
I don't know. It's just a mess. All right, let's wrap it up. Go to our website, guysfromqueens.com. Also go to stream@gfqlive.tv. I encourage each and every one of you to check us out on chill.com. We are broadcasting our shows on chill.com, and they have a great, great feature. I'm going to do a talk-up about chill.com this Friday on Tech News Weekly. I'm going to go into more detail what chill is and how it works.
Yeah, I want to know that.
Everything else, but definitely check them out, chill.com. Lon, any plugs?
Ladies, you're free to watch Diego, though, if you want to. Just let you know.
Yeah, women are fine.
Listen, everyone, have a really nice Thanksgiving and get home to your families. My understanding is that more people are going home than have in the last few years because of the recession. People really want to see their family, and I hope you all get to hang with people that you love. That's probably the nicest thing that I've ever said on the air.
I hate Thanksgiving.
And that's the most typical thing you've ever
It's
said.
such a nuisance. Everybody's over, everybody's eating, and then they leave a mess.
I go to someone else's house. It's perfect. I
No.
don't have
Everybody's
people-
coming here this year, and
Oh, yeah?
I'm so upset over that.
Well, nice to see that you're imbued with the holiday
Yeah.
spirit, Andrew.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just
listen,
gonna
everyone.
go to
Happy
sleep.
Thanksgiving, damn it.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.